Hello, my loves. It is Sunday. It's supposed to be my day off, but you know I'm Chinese. I work all week long. I don't care. I gotta make this money. I gotta make my dreams come true. And that is the message of the cards this morning. It is 11:37 a.m. in New York City, New York State, the United States of America, my friends. We have a message about the sign of Aquarius. As you know, Aquarius has been bumped to the 12th house. Okay, it's the 12th sign. It used to be the 11th in Western. Now we see it as the 12th. So what does this mean? Okay, we know that the age of Aquarius is upon us. And if, the 10th house is Capricorn, sorry, the 11th house is Capricorn now, big number 11, the decisive, the parallel ones. That's the knife of Saturn, just chopping people up and cutting the divisions, okay? The avenues, the streets, okay? Cutting people off in. That is Capricorn, okay? Can you make it through? So, okay, so how is Aquarius gonna help us? Because we have hopes and dreams, right? And Capricorn is being really mean, okay? And really decisive and really Saturnian. So, Uranus, okay? The following. Oh, actually, I think Neptune comes after Saturn. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me see here. I'm recording. Solar system. Let me put my coffee cup down here. Yeah, so Neptune comes after Saturn. It's Jupiter, Saturn. Okay, then Neptune, I believe. Or no, is it? Is it Uranus first, then Neptune? I think so. That's crazy. That makes a lot of sense. So, after Saturn is Uranus, which makes sense because, yes, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Okay. And my internet is not working. I just want to confirm because sometimes I forget the order of the planets. Uranus is not, yes, it is the following after. It's funny because, like, Uranus seems like more far out than Neptune, but, Neptune is Pisces, and Aquarius comes before Pisces. Pisces is the 13th, okay? In, it's the 13th house, and it's bordering on Pluto, okay? Pluto is death, 13 also, so Neptune, Hangman, 12. Uranus is also 12. It has that 1 in it, has that 2, and it has the total number 3. Okay. It is the higher octave of Mercury, as it's told, but I actually don't think that that's really true. Uranus is not rational like Mercury. Uranus is It is shocking. It is awesome. It is, where's my camera? It is like, okay, so I have here the 12 energy, okay? 12. We can see the Hanged Man as an Aquarian energy, okay? We can sort of revise. I've never felt that the Hangman was purely Piscean. I did get like a little bit of that energy of Aquarius with it because the Hangman is hung up by his community. And so, yes, I'm listening to that message. And, yeah, Hanged Man is Aquarius. Okay. Hangman is Aquarius. Okay. Justice number 11 is Capricorn. Okay. And, so these are not tarot cards, these are oracle cards. And the cards that I got today okay, so Aquarius is Uranus, and you know how your dreams, the nature of your dreams, people say that dreams are a reflection of the subconscious. Okay, but I've always had trouble thinking that because my dreams can be quite cerebral. So I feel like, yes, they are like subconscious thoughts, subconscious feelings, but thought is very much related to the mind, and I feel like that's where like dreams are sort of Uranian in a way, and not just Piscean, okay? Not just like subconscious, okay? I feel like they're not just like emotional or trauma, or, you know, they're not always so deep. Sometimes they're just thoughts, your mind articulating, okay? Listen to the messages of your dreams. Some of my viewers are dreamers, okay? And we're taking back that label, dreamers, okay? Dreamers are not dumb. We're not stupid. Dreamers are the best people in the age of Aquarius, because if you are doing pretty good and you still having like these dreams of things, ideas, and like mm, like you're doing the most if you have dreams, okay? So it's saying like people need to like step out and follow your dreams, and help will find you in unforeseen ways, okay? So this lady in the picture, she's in the forest. She needs resources, and she's like surrounded by like these little fairy people. So she's the dreamer. She's like the big dreamer here. I'm getting also she's like a prophetess. Like she has like a prophetic vision, and she is like stepping out into the forest clearing here, and she's attracting a lot of like little fairies and like people here, little creatures, that are really interested in hearing what she has to say. And she's like showing her shins, and that's saying, yeah, that's like Aquarian energy. Okay, so here's also Aquarian energy, but this is kind of bordering on the Piscean. See how it's like black and white, like grayscale, sort of sepia. So it's like exposure and like Pisces. I'm getting like a little bit of oceanic energy. You know how like photos are developed in those water trays, those chemical liquids. Okay, only in the darkness. Oh my god, can we see the stars? That's crazy because I was getting photography, and you know how you have to go into a dark room to expose the paper to the the light comes from the enlarger. An enlarger is a machine that after you develop your film, you have your film and you put the strips of film in the enlarger, and it like projects the light through the film, and then the photo paper gets exposed. The photo paper is very sensitive to light, and it gets exposed to the projection of the film, and that's how you make a photo in a darkroom. Okay, and then you take the paper that's been exposed. It doesn't just print on there. It just the photo paper gets exposed and to light, because in the darkroom you take out the paper in the darkroom and you don't let any light get to it, and then when you put it on the enlarger will like beam, and that's only for a couple seconds depending on how much you want to expose it, and then you throw it in the developer. Okay, only in the darkness can we see the stars. So people always use this allegory or whatever, and it's saying that, okay, that's the mystery of the Aquarian is, and it's talking about sleep and dreams. People who are in the dark often get like guidance and like hope, and they can see stars because they're in the dark. Okay, and it's talking about social justice and people coming up from darkness and elevation of the spirit, and that is speaking about like poverty and people, like poor people bearing like light, and it's talking about like the old world order here. See here, I'm seeing like this Piscean energy right here on the bottom of the deck, a Cancerian energy. So basically like less illuminated energy. And the message on this card is saying, listen to your intuitive signals. They are real and will guide you in the right direction. So it's saying like these people, like it's saying like rich bourgeoisie people have to be sensitive, and they have to be intuitive and support like these dreamers and these poor people who are light bearers. Okay, that's interesting because Aquarius is the water bearer. Okay, so I'm getting like these richer people have to be Aquarian. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so in the age of Pisces, the water bearer was kind of like a servile, it had like a servile energy, and the water represented like inspiration, spirituality, but in the Aquarian age, the water it gonna represent like value. I mean, it did represent value, and now it's gonna be like worth, like water bearer, like the water is gonna be worth and somewhat value, but um you need to have the right values to be a water bearer. Okay. And so these light bringers, I feel like that's the Uranian sort of energy of Aquarius. Um, like genius ideas, Uranus, flashes of light. It's saying that, and like this, that's like what, like this card is saying, like people are getting messages in their dreams. And you know, like when you're at a concert and those people like flash their phone flashlight when they're excited, like that's what they're doing here. Okay. And she's like catching the light flashes from her like viewers and stuff, like her fans, her supporters. She's like harvesting all the light because she's got like light over her head too. So yeah, she's like showing herself and her dream and her ideas and her method and her greatness, and she's receiving the light, and yeah, she's humbled and she's getting paper is what I'm getting. Okay, that's good. So in that way, like that's how our world, our society is going to be functioning. Okay, I just want to show you that this Aquarian, okay, citizen or person or member of society, organization, nonprofit organizations, and they're supposed to be receptive, and they're supposed to support the light bearers, okay, the dreamers. See how she's like wearing pink, like Venusian energy, money. Okay, she's got cash, dough, skrillas. So yeah, that's basically the message. I want to keep it a little brief because it is my day off. It's supposed to be, but yeah, that's what I want to tell you. I have another reading that's still being uploaded, but hopefully you guys have a good week.